Watch me take a bite this big. I have to chew so much before I can swallow it.
I just like to nibble slowly.
Time for a big gulp to wash it all down.
I always sip slowly to enjoy every flavor.
Well, I like to slurp and finish mine quickly.
Welcome, curious minds, and welcome back to another deep dive. It is really, really fantastic to have you joining us today. So here on the deep dive, our mission is, well, it's pretty simple, really. We gather up a whole stack of information, could be articles, could be research, maybe even just our own notes, and then we try to distill it. We pull out those, those really key nuggets of knowledge, the important bits. We want to be your shortcut to feeling, well, genuinely well-informed. We love those aha moments, and honestly, sharing them with you is the best part.
Oh.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Today, we're going on what I think is a really fascinating linguistic journey. We're going to dive deep into some everyday actions, things we do all the time. We're focusing on 7 words. They seem simple, right? But as we'll find out, they're incredibly nuanced, all related to eating and drinking. Our mission today, to really explore bite, chew, swallow, sip, slurp, gulp, and nibble.
Mm-hmm.
Now, these aren't, obscure academic terms, not at all. These words are basically woven into our daily lives.
Absolutely.
Every single day. Think about it. From your first coffee in the morning
Right.
to maybe that last little snack before bed.
Right.
These words are, well, they're always there. Understanding how to use them precisely.
Yeah.
It's not just about building vocabulary. It's about making your communication clearer, more vivid, painting a richer picture. And this isn't just going to be us like reading definitions.
No.
Clarity is important, obviously. That's where we start. But the real aim is to help you grasp how these words get used naturally.
Yeah.
Instinctively almost, in real life situations.
Exactly. Like in a restaurant.
Yeah, or a cafe, or just chatting around the dinner table at home.
Or maybe at a party.
Right. So by the end of this deep dive, our goal is simple. We want you, listening right now, to feel totally confident using these words, using them with precision. So you'll know not just what they mean, but when to use them and how.
For the most impact.
Exactly. Enhancing how you connect, how you convey meaning.
And what's really fascinating here, if we kind of zoom out for a second, is how these actions, eating and drinking, they seem so basic, right?
Yeah.
Almost primal.
Totally.
But describing them precisely with the right word, that can reveal so much more. Deeper layers of communication, even cultural understanding.
How so?
Well, think about it. When you instinctively choose, say, sip instead of gulp,
Okay.
you're not just describing how liquid goes in, you're subtly saying something else about your intention, maybe your mood, the whole context.
I see. Like, am I enjoying this slowly, or am I just desperate for water?
Exactly. Precisely. So precise language, it doesn't just make things clearer, it genuinely enriches our understanding of, well, people, how we interact every day.
It lets us sketch a much more nuanced picture with our words.
Right. Moving beyond just the mechanics, getting to the meaning, the experience underneath.
Absolutely. It's like capturing the flavor of the action itself, isn't it?
That's a great way to put it.
So, with that in mind, let's begin our linguistic feast, shall we?
Let's do it.
We'll start with the basics, the foundational actions for solid foods. Things we do almost without thinking, but the words mean distinct things. We're talking bite, chew, and swallow.
The core sequence.
Exactly. And we'll kick things off right at the start.
Yeah.
That first contact with solid food, the act of bite. So when we talk about bite, what are we actually saying?
Well, fundamentally, it's that action, that first action of using your teeth.
Right, the cutting action.
Precisely. Cutting into something with your teeth and actually taking a piece of it, separating it from the whole.
So it's often the very first interaction, like declaring your intent to eat.
You could say that, yeah. It's an engagement.
Picture like a really crisp apple, shiny skin. That moment your teeth break the skin, sink into the flesh.
That crunch?
Yes. That's taking a bite. It's deliberate, usually satisfying.
It leaves a mark.
It does, or, big sandwich, loads of fillings.
Yeah, okay.
That first time you manage to get a piece out of that whole structure,
That's your bite.
that's the bite. It signals, okay, consumption has begun.
But bite is interesting because it's not just physical, is it?
No, you're right. It carries like metaphorical weight too.
Definitely. We talk about the first bite of a meal. It feels significant.
Like an initiation, a commitment.
And then there are idioms, biting off more than you can chew.
Right, taking on too much. The word totally changes meaning there.
Or biting the bullet, facing something difficult.
Yeah, there's a decisiveness there. Sometimes even a bit of, like, aggression.
Could be. A dog bites. The cold wind bites.
It implies a direct, sometimes forceful interaction.
So you could say, for instance, she took a careful bite of the hot pizza,
Careful not to burn her tongue.
but you still saw the cheese stretch. It's that single distinct action, separating a piece.
Very definitive. And that's quite different from, say, nibbling, which I guess we'll get to later.
Exactly. We'll definitely compare those. Bite is more committed. Okay, so following naturally from that initial bite, we move on.
What comes next?
Well, the next crucial step, often takes longer too, is chew.
Yes. Chewing.
Once you've taken that bite, got the food in your mouth, chew is the process. Grinding it up, mashing it, crushing it with your teeth.
Getting it ready for the next stage.
Exactly. Preparing it for digestion, breaking it down into smaller bits so you can actually swallow it.
It's quite rhythmic, isn't it? Repetitive.
It is. A whole mechanical process involving your jaw, your teeth, your tongue. But again, like bite chewing is more than just mechanics. It's not just pulverizing food.
Sure.
It's massively linked to the sensory experience, to actually savoring the food.
Okay. How so?
As you chew, the food mixes with saliva. That starts the chemical digestion,
Right.
but it also releases the flavors, the aromas, everything that makes food interesting.
So how we chew matters.
Absolutely. Think about it. Chewing slowly, deliberately, versus just quickly, mindlessly chomping down.
One implies enjoyment, maybe.
It often does. You know, mindfulness practices sometimes focus on slow, conscious chewing.
To really taste everything.
Exactly. To get every nuance of taste, texture, it's like a gateway to fully experiencing the meal.
Right. And that's why parents are always saying.
Remember to chew your food properly before you swallow. Generations of that.
Yeah. Because it helps digestion. Right. It helps your body absorb nutrients better.
Significantly better. But we also use chew for other things.
Like chewing gum.
Exactly. You chew gum just for flavor or habit. You're not planning to swallow it.
Or you might see someone, maybe a food critic.
Thoughtfully chewing their steak.
Right.
Really working on it.
Or chewing over the different tastes in a dish.
Right. The action implies a methodical process, often unhurried. Breaking something down.
And metaphorically, too.
Oh, yeah. We chew over an idea or chew on a problem.
Meaning you think about it carefully. Deliberate.
Just like breaking down tough food until you get it. It's this continuous internal kind of processing.
Very different from that initial external bite. You know, when you describe chewing like that, methodical, linked to mindfulness, it makes me wonder,
Yeah.
is there a cultural element to how we chew or how much we emphasize it?
That's an interesting question.
Beyond just digestion, does it signal something about, I don't know, patience, how we value food?
It possibly could. Dining habits certainly vary. It's not just mechanical, as you say. It's sensory, social.
Right. And once that whole process of chewing is done, the food's ready.
It's ready for the next step, the final part of this sequence usually,
Which is
swallow.
swallow. Okay. So to swallow is what exactly?
It's the action of making food, or drink actually, pass down your throat,
From your mouth.
from your mouth into your stomach.
It sounds simple, but I imagine it's quite complex physically.
Oh, incredibly complex. It's a whole coordination of muscles and nerves, a physiological feat we barely notice.
Usually.
Usually.
Yeah.
Especially after you've chewed well. It's almost involuntary.
It's like a reflex.
Pretty much. Your
Yeah.
body just takes over, moves the food down the esophagus smoothly.
But not always. Sometimes it feels very conscious.
Definitely. Think about trying to swallow a big pill.
Oh, yeah. Suddenly you really have to focus. Maybe you need water to help.
Right. That automatic reflex needs conscious effort. Or imagine you're really thirsty, just finished a run, and you desperately want to swallow a big mouthful of water. It's a deliberate act then.
It's the point where the food or drink leaves your mouth, right? Heads down.
Exactly. The end of the oral phase, no turning back.
You might say, he swallowed the last bite of his meal with satisfaction.
Perfect example. Captures that sense of completion, enjoyment right to the end.
And like bite and chew, swallow gets used metaphorically too, doesn't it?
Oh, extensively. It really permeates our abstract language. Captures big emotional things.
Like having to swallow your pride.
Classic example, meaning you humble yourself, accept something difficult or embarrassing.
Or maybe swallow a bitter truth.
Right. Painfully accepting something you don't like.
Or you might swallow your words if you say something you regret.
Exactly. All these metaphors show how deeply these basic physical actions are linked to our emotional world.
How ingestion, even metaphorically, becomes a symbol for acceptance, often of something tough.
It's quite profound, really, how our physical experience shapes our abstract thought. It really is. It underscores the richness of the language. So, okay, we've walked through that sequence for solid food. The bite, the chew, the swallow.
Got it. Bite, chew, swallow.
But liquids, well, liquids are a whole different ballgame, linguistically.
They're verbs.
Different verbs, each painting a different picture. Let's switch focus to those, and we can start with maybe the most controlled one, sip.
Sip, okay.
So to sip means drinking just a small amount of liquid at a time.
Small amount.
Yeah, typically slowly, carefully, often implies enjoyment or caution.
Like sipping a hot drink.
Exactly, sipping a hot coffee or tea.
Yeah.
You take small amounts so you don't burn your tongue.
But also maybe to make it last.
Yeah.
Savor it.
Absolutely. Savoring the warmth, the smell, the whole ritual. It's often quite deliberate, almost intimate.
Or maybe sipping a cold drink on a hot day.
You could, not gulping it, but sipping it, enjoying the coolness, the taste, little by little.
So the slow pace is key. It lets you appreciate it more.
Definitely. Whether it's, complex wine or just crisp iced water, sipping allows for appreciation.
So an example sentence could be,
How about, she took a delicate sip of her expensive wine.
letting the flavors linger.
Almost like she was memorizing them. See? It suggests something measured.
Yeah, the intention behind it seems important. Controlled enjoyment. Caution.
Precisely. Maybe it's hot, maybe it's precious, maybe it's strong, so you sip.
It feels gentle, measured, thoughtful even.
It does. Conjures images of quiet moments, maybe polite social settings.
Where drinking quickly would seem wrong,
Exactly. Which sets up a perfect contrast with our next word.
which I'm guessing is the opposite.
Pretty much. Brings us nicely to gulp.
Right. And that contrast really shows the range, doesn't it? Need versus appreciation.
It does.
Because while sip is all careful and appreciative,
Yeah.
sometimes you just need to drink.
Now, when caution goes out the window,
Exactly. When you're parched or knackered or just rushing, you don't sip,
you definitely don't sip.
you gulp. So what's the core of gulp?
Gulp is drinking a large quantity of liquid, quickly,
Large amount, fast speed.
often noisily too.
Yeah.
And typically in one sort of rapid movement down the throat.
It immediately signals urgency, intense thirst.
Usually, yes. Or sometimes nerves, maybe embarrassment.
Okay, give me an example. An athlete.
Perfect. An athlete's just finished a really intense workout. It's boiling hot.
They're not going to sip delicately.
No way. They'll grab that water bottle and just gulp it down.
Trying to rehydrate as fast as possible. Maybe even make a noise doing it.
Could be. That satisfied afterwards. Or think of someone just incredibly thirsty after being in the sun for ages.
They finally get a cold drink.
They'll likely gulp it, not really thinking about savoring it.
And you mentioned noisy. Is there often a sound with gulp?
Sometimes, yeah. That quick, audible swallow, it reinforces the speed, the volume, the unceremonious nature of it.
So he gulped down the entire glass of water in seconds.
His throat obviously dry after his run.
Sweat still dripping. Yeah, that paints a clear picture. The difference between sipping and gulping is just huge.
It really is stark.
One's controlled, often about pleasure, small volume, care. The other's rapid, large volume, driven by need or urgency.
Like appreciating the journey versus just needing to get there fast.
You know, it can be kind of funny, too. Trying to gulp something you shouldn't. Like something really spicy.
Oh, dear. Been there.
Maybe. But it shows how that urgency just takes over sometimes.
It does. And you mentioned nerves, too. We can gulp emotionally.
Yeah, like my gulp before giving a speech. Or gulp if you see something scary.
That quick intake of breath, that nervous swallow.
Exactly. There's an emotional reaction as much as a physical drinking action.
That's a great point. How gulp reflects emotions beyond just thirst. Really broadens it.
And speaking of words with strong emotional and cultural weight.
This must be slurp.
This is slurp, yes. A word with really strong, really fascinating cultural links.
Okay, so define slurp for us first. To slurp is basically to eat or drink noisily.
Noisily. That's key.
Absolutely key. Specifically by drawing the liquid or maybe soft food like soup into your mouth with a sucking sound.
That sucking noise.
That's the defining feature, as much as the intake itself.
Can you give some examples? Where would we hear slurping?
Well, imagine a busy Asian restaurant serving noodles.
Okay, yeah. Ramen places.
Exactly. You'll probably hear people slurping their noodles, that distinctive sound as they draw the long noodles in.
Right. Or maybe with hot soup.
Hot soup, definitely. Or trying to get the last bit of a thick milkshake through a straw.
That final Noisy effort.
That's a slurp. It's not quiet, it's not discreet, it's audible, it announces itself. And this is where it gets really interesting, connecting it to the bigger picture. Culture.
The politeness thing you mentioned.
Exactly, because in many Asian cultures, Japan is a famous example, but others too. Slurping noodles or soup isn't just acceptable, it's often considered polite.
Polite. How?
It's seen as a sign of enjoyment, real appreciation for the food.
So you're telling the chef, non-verbally, this is delicious.
Precisely. You're savoring it, you're fully into the experience. It's part of the etiquette in many places, a sign of satisfaction.
Wow. Okay,
Because in most Western cultures.
Yeah, it's the total opposite, right?
Completely. Slurping is generally seen as impolite, rude even, bad table manners.
Like it's uncivilized or loud.
Often, yes. Something to avoid, especially in formal settings. Kids get told off for it all the time. Don't slurp your soup.
So the same action has opposite meanings.
Exactly. And that raises such an important point about perception across cultures.
How an action meaning respect in one place is disrespectful in another.
Understanding that nuance is just crucial for communication and for not accidentally offending people.
It's a really vivid example of how language, action, and culture are all tangled up. That is fascinating. And it's so important to know. It really shows how words carry more than just dictionary meanings.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's shift gears slightly. Let's go to a more delicate action.
Sounds good.
One that's quite different from a big bite or an urgent gulp. Let's talk about nibble.
Ah, nibble. Yes, definitely more delicate.
So what does it mean to nibble?
Nibble means eating something by taking small bites, but also usually frequent bites.
Small and frequent.
And often kind of tentative or hesitant. It suggests a more delicate, maybe casual way of eating compared to a full bite.
So you're not taking a big chunk.
No, usually not. You're taking tiny bits, often over a longer time.
It's less about satisfying hunger quickly.
Right, more like casual grazing or tasting or eating almost without thinking about it.
Okay, paint me a picture. Someone watching a movie.
Perfect example. They're totally absorbed in the film. They have a cookie. They're not devouring it. They're nibbling it, taking tiny bits off the edge, maybe unconsciously, while watching the screen.
Okay, got it. Or maybe at a party with appetizer.
Exactly. Guests at a drinks party, mingling. They're not sitting down for a meal.
Just standing around chatting.
And nibbling on chips or cheese cubes or little canapes. It's casual, intermittent, small portions, designed for socializing.
And we use it for animals too, right?
Oh, definitely. Very common. You picture a rabbit nibbling grass.
Tiny, quick mouthfuls.
Or a mouse nibbling cheese. Small, precise, repeated actions. That's the image.
So the key things are the size of the bite small and the frequency, often repeated.
Yes, that's fundamental. It really contrasts with bite. A bite is usually one substantial piece taken with purpose.
Whereas nibbling is small amounts, often over time, like sampling.
Exactly. Sampling. We're just eating slowly, tentatively.
You had that little conversation example before.
Ah, yes. Jack says, I love to nibble on cookies when I watch movies.
Just taking little pieces.
And Emily replies, me too. I nibble chips all the time while I'm reading.
They're not saying they eat loads quickly.
No, they're describing a leisurely way of eating small bits, maybe even absent-minded.
Less about hunger, more about just having something there.
Could be. Or testing something out. You can also nibble at an idea, meaning you consider it cautiously without fully committing yet.
Ah, okay. That hesitation aspect again.
Exactly, highlighting the intent behind it. Nibbling is often cautious, maybe uncommitted, very different from the decisiveness of a bite. So, wow, we've really covered some ground there. That brings us through all 7 words.
Let's list them again.
Okay, we explored bite, chew, swallow, sip, slurp, gulp, and nibble.
7 words, all about eating and drinking.
Each one describing a specific action, but as we've seen, carrying its own unique feel.
Yeah, connotations of speed, quantity, intention.
And even cultural context, which was fascinating with slurp.
Yeah.
Thinking back, we had that core sequence for solids. The first bite,
Decisive.
followed by the transforming chew,
Breaking it down.
and the final swallow.
Sending it on its way, capturing the mechanics really precisely.
Then for liquids, we contrasted the careful, measured sip
Good for savoring, or for hot things,
with the urgent, noisy gulp.
driven by thirst or speed.
And, of course, the culturally loaded slurp. Polite environment here, bad manners there.
Amazing difference.
And finally, nibble. Those small, frequent, maybe tentative bites.
Clearly different from a big committed bite.
And choosing the right word here, it's not just about grammar, is it?
No, it really boosts clarity, understanding.
It lets you paint a much more precise, much more vivid picture for whoever's listening.
Whether you're describing, a quiet coffee shop moment or a big, loud family meal.
It's about conveying not just the action, but the manner of the action, the intention, maybe the feeling.
Sometimes even the whole cultural setting.
It really shows how precise language helps us connect better on a deeper level.
That's exactly it. And hopefully this deep dive helps you, our listener, feel more empowered to use these words more confidently, more naturally, with more impact. Think about it. Instead of just saying, I drank my coffee, which is fine, but a bit.
A bit bland.
Yeah. Now you can say, I sipped my coffee slowly, enjoying the quiet morning.
Instantly conveys relaxation, appreciation,
Or, I gulped my coffee down before rushing out the door.
urgency, hectic schedule, immediately clear.
These small choices make your language so much richer, more descriptive, more engaging. So we really hope you'll start listening for these words more.
Notice them around you.
Yeah, in books, movies, conversations. And more importantly, try using them.
Experiment a little.
You'll find your vocabulary grows, sure, but also your ability to express yourself vividly just takes off.
Thank you truly so much for joining us, for engaging with us on this deep dive into the surprisingly intricate world of eating and drinking words.
It's been fun.
Your curiosity, your willingness to explore these everyday things that are actually quite complex, that's what makes this so rewarding for us.
And maybe it leaves you with a question to think about later.
Oh, a provocative thought.
Maybe just something to ponder. How might paying closer attention to these specific words, these precise verbs, how might that not only improve your language skills, make you more articulate?
Which is great in itself. But also, maybe, deepen your appreciation for these simple, universal acts. Nourishing ourselves, connecting with others over food and drink. Think about the richness you find when you really see and can name the nuances in everyday life.
Wow. That's a really wonderful thought to end on, something to definitely chew on.
Indeed.
Keep exploring, everyone. Keep asking questions. Keep becoming more well-informed, one deep dive at a time. We honestly can't wait to dive deep with you again really, really soon.